So you
Do
get
I
to a
fall into
door.
another random pit?
You get to a door that is made of both wood and stone, and it looks to be a dwarven type of architecture as well.
Nice.
Oh lord.
You all know what dwarven architecture is.
Checking
I
it
mean,
for traps, all that good stuff.
dwarves are pretty much the best architects. So for underground labyrinths and everything, so you're able to actually tell that it is of dwarven architecture.
Does it come with the? Never mind.
What's that?
As long as does it come with the dwarven stuff from the Elder Scrolls series?
Oh, you know what? I've never played Elder Scrolls before, man, so I couldn't tell you.
What?
I really couldn't.
Putting the
Oh,
team
they look
down.
good.
Do we have to speak a magic elven word to open the, or dwarven word to open the door?
Moloch.
Like friend.
Moloch. Wasn't that what Gandalf said, I think? Alright, so you see a door. You're checking it. I don't see a roll, so...
Woohoo!
Exactly was...
Rope continues.
Absolutely safe to open.
Guys,
But-
there was a trap, but I totally took care of it.
It's gone.
Ravens...
So no trap there.
Raven's down and Raven's down on his knees looking in the keyhole and everything, and checking the seals of the doors and checking the walls for any kind of holes for traps or gas. And he says, "No, coast is clear, guys."
There
Looking
wasn't a
good.
trap. There wasn't a trap, but he rolled so badly that he got a splinter.
He was leaning up and he hit his head on the doorknob and knocked himself out for a run.
He's so sure it's safe, he's gonna open it.
That's right. I'm opening this bitch.
Click. You hear another click, and another click,
Awesome.
and the door opens.
Woo woo. And I'm dead.
3
No.
clicks, that scares me.
So there you
The
go.
first click
The door
scared me.
opens up.
That's just how you know it's a good quality doorknob.
Yeah, go ahead and check
Armory.
the room out.
There's nothing in here either.
So
I mean,
as you open the door, you notice that armaments are in evidence everywhere, filling open chests and hanging from pegs, racks and stands, or adorning sackcloth dummies.
searching.
There are weapons everywhere in this room. You guys have never seen, all of you combined, you've never seen this many weapons in one place at a time.
This is
Among-
the armory for the war.
The monk has no interest in such material possessions.
Well, good. They're all mine.
Yeah, you stand there and
He's
watch
playing the
door,
monk
we'll go
perfect. He's playing the monk perfect. I like it. I can sense a
Barbarian's going
reroll
straight for
before
the
the game
axes.
already starts. He'll be rerolling the monk on for Sunday. No, I'm just kidding.
If I was gonna reroll, I'd probably roll druid then.
Druid would be fun. I still haven't had a druid yet in a
The
game. So.
shapeshifting, the shapeshift sounds so awesome.
I'm
Bear
just
bear.
gonna make my rounds.
Man.
See if there's anything good.
No, like level 10 or something, you get to be a triceratops. Come on.
Look,
Yeah.
why would you want these little arms? You won't be able to open that.
That's not a triceratops. That's a T-Rex, man.
Wait, shit. Never mind. Never mind. God, I hate my dinosaurs. Like,
You guys can hear a Lummp saying, "Hey, let me out of here!" No, I'm just kidding. You don't. All right, so you guys are looking. You all search, and you find supplies. You find a lot of goods. Basically, the ogres stole all this stuff from the goblins and the hobgoblins throughout this lair, because there are multiple different creatures living in here. As you can actually tell, you've actually fought goblins, you fought hobgoblins, and now you fought some ogres. And it seems like the ogres have actually been infiltrating the other sides of the dungeon on each side of them and stealing their weapons and everything. You see some small spears, some large swords, and you look around. You find lots of supplies. You can also find rope, some grappling hooks. There's actually 3 casks of wine as well in here. And you taste a little bit of it, and it's like a fine elven wine as well. So you
I'm gonna
can fill
refill
up
my
your
water skin.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can fill your water skins up with the fine elvish wine.
Yep.
Oh, might as well.
Drunken clerics are the best. Let's do this.
Any
Drunken
good
raging
arrows?
Barbarians in fighter.
Sure, you can find arrows. I'm really not worried about the arrow count in this game, but yeah, you're able to refill your quiver up again.
look for another javelin since I left the one in the room.
Sure, everybody can restock all of their supplies.
We should burn it down.
Do I see any nice great axes or anything that's like would be more beneficial than the one I have?
No,
What?
it's all the same type of quality.
Okay. So like no engraved,
Oops, sorry guys.
inornated.
I'm so sorry about having a bad camera view for you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm not used to moving the both screens around yet. So
If we're not gonna burn this stuff, we might as well just leave.
what up there, redneck?
No closed chests that need open?
Actually, if everybody wants to give me a search check, you guys need to start doing that when you
Oh yeah.
get into rooms.
The monk does not want to give you a search check.
Barbarian guy 20.
Yeah,
I'm
we
lost.
don't know if they're going to call it 5.0 or they're going to call it next or what. So, but that is one of the questions that I have for Wizards of the Coast.
Wow, with these ones.
So who
Damn it,
else hasn't
Raven.
rolled?
I didn't roll.
All right, get a roll in there.
What is the search? A D20 plus what?
Just hit your intelligence macro.
So, does anybody have? Are we using skill proficiencies at all? Because if anybody's proficient in search, then they should get bonus.
We don't have a mage in the group, so
To search? Wouldn't like a rogue have search maybe?
nonetheless, Darb, Ebonthrax, and Warhuck, you guys, as you're scouring across the room, you actually find a tapestry on the wall, which is actually behind this weapon rack, and you can actually tell that there's what appears to be a false wall behind this tapestry, and you're actually able to rip the tapestry down.
Is it a
Rogue,
nice
let the
tapestry?
wine alone and check that door.
Yeah, it's
But
a pretty nice tapestry.
I don't want to check it.
It's the tapestry is of a couple ogres. What appears to be looks like Lummp.
Lummp.
Mom.
Throw
He's-
the monk through.
Yeah, Lummp is standing there with his chest all puffed out, holding a big great club. And it looks like
I'll take
there's
it
two
down
of
and
them.
set it to the side.
All
So
right.
Lummp was the leader.
Oh, I know.
Maybe he just like
I don't
making
know.
tapestries.
Yeah.
All right. So you're able to find a hidden chamber, actually.
What's the dex check for?
Just random shit here. I'm drunk.
Have another one, dude.
You can't. I'm drinking the rest of it. Screw him.
So was there anything useful in the armory? Or
Whoa,
pretty-
easy there, Stormgold. Oh, sorry, guys. What was that? Sorry about that.
Was there anything actually useful in the room, or is it just kind of like
No, there's
old?
a
no,
carpet, but there's a wall on the other side as well.
No, I mean in the armory. Was there anything useful?
No, just normal items. Nothing
I'm
of
still checking for traps
superior
as I
quality.
go along. Unless I forget because I'm drunk.
You don't find anything. You don't find any traps, but you
Another
do.
door?
You do see another door though. It looks identical. It's the same type of hidden door as what you just checked out and disarmed, and you get it opened up.
Is there any type? Oh, okay.
Ah, secret passage.
Is there actually a door on the other side, or was it just the tapestry hanging over it?
No, it was just a wall. The tapestry. Whenever you open the door up, whenever you get the door open, now there's a tapestry. So basically, there was a tapestry on the wall on the other side.
Clever dwarves.
All right, so there's a
Anything
better
in
view
this
for you
room?
guys. Yeah, this appears to be a guard type of room, and there's nothing in here. And what this room has is this is basically a room that holds some pallets, another stool, and a very large water barrel in the corner. And there's
So-
another door as well.
Okay.
Actually, there's several doors.
I want to look inside the barrel.
I wanna look
You You take a like a dagger or whatever you have on you, and you're able to actually pop the lid off, and it's just plain water.
I
Nothing
want to check out this
special about
grate.
it.
I want to listen to the doors and see if I hear anything on the other side.
You hear sort of like a on the door to the which door? Are you talking about the which door are you wanting to listen to actually?
That one first.
The one on the left?
Yes.
You actually hear nothing, but you can actually hear in the faint distance a clicking type of noise.
Motion towards the door that I hear the clicking from.
Yeah, you can when you get over to the other door, Raven. That is where you definitely hear some clicking, and it's definitely past the door.
Most likely there's something on the other side of this, so be ready.
Does the clicking sound like metallic? Or
Wow,
does it sound
Deckard.
like creatures?
What a
like
douche, man!
creatures?
Seriously, don't be a douche to the people in my
It's
channel.
an
man.
Warhuck.
Seriously,
Giant ants.
don't be a fucking asshole, man. I'm sorry if you're 2 fucking years old,
Basically, what I'm saying is, does it,
you know, and mommy and daddy's in bed,
man-made, or is it
and you're sneaking on their computer. I'm sorry you're an asshole, but I'm gonna time you out for a couple minutes. If I would have seen this shit earlier, I would have timed you out earlier, but I'm playing DM, and none of my mods got it, so sorry about that, guys. I had to time some asshole out in the channel.
Yeah, that's alright.
So the question is, does he hear, like, is the clicking man-made, or is it natural clicking?
You've never heard this type of clicking before. It's sort of maybe sounds like maybe a creature or something. You're really honestly you're not too sure, man. You've never heard this before.
Oh god, it's a predator. Run.
Do you guys?
Open the door. I want to see the shit.
I'm gonna check the door before I do anything, gently.
All right, go ahead and give me an intelligence check. I'm sorry, a dex check. My bad.
20.
You don't find any traps. You're actually really confident. You're not second guessing yourself. Pretty much, you definitely feel confident that there's nothing there.
I'm gonna motion for somebody else to open it.
Nah, you go ahead.
Hey, what's up,
We
Benj?
know better than to run. We'll just leave you.
Barbarian did it.
And also, welcome to the. I haven't seen you
opened the
before,
door.
Redneck 2007. Welcome to the channel, man. A lot of good people here. All right, so I'm going to. I've got all these dynamic lighting doors and stuff I always have to move. So, all right, you get the door open, and you can actually see some weird creatures that you've never seen before.
Oh man.
Oh crap.
Send the rogue.
And that's where the clicking noise is coming from. They are a brownish type of creature with a sort of like a spiked tail, and they have 2 very long antennas on their head. They sort of look like an ant with a tail.
I close the door back up.
I'm totally level 10, so I have immunity to disease and poison, right?
And they're
Yeah.
kind of clicking, and it sounds really, really scary. Actually, you guys
Hey
have never
guys,
seen
we're not
anything
going in
like
that
this.
room. There's bugs. I don't like bugs.
So what do you guys? Did you guys shut the door? You kind of like opened the door and said, "Oh shit," and closed the door.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope, 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 nope.
All right.
All right, let's check out the other door.
So we'll say that you got that door closed, and I
What if it's
shall.
the same room?
Think of the treasure we're missing.
Is there a way to change the ping in Roll20, or is it always just click and hold?
Yeah, you just left click, hold down. So, and you got to be on point as well. You can't be on, you know,
yeah, but I mean, is
something
there,
else.
is there a way to change that?
I don't think so.
Okay.
There's nothing. I looked for something like that, and I never saw anything. So I would have to say no, but there may be an API script or something you can make. All right, so you check this other door, and you get it open, and it's just like a small little supply room. There's probably a half dozen barrels and a small bag, and you can open it up. There's more grain, but seeing that this place is, you're probably about 100 feet down anyway, and so there's sort of like a moisture in the barrel, and the grain is sort of mushy and really not edible. It's actually like a slush. And then there's there's another barrel of water as well.
Nice. It's gonna be make that some whiskey.
Run from little. Actually, guys, rust monsters are really wimpy in D&D. Next, they're only level 2 creatures.
Yeah, sorry.
All right, so you shut the door back on the small room.
So do we want to go against the creatures, or do we want to go backwards to the stairs?
Creatures.
Doesn't matter to me unless they pull out laser guns or something like the Predator. I'm running.
Do we want to draw the creatures into this room and fight them in here, or do we want to try to charge them and go into the other room?
So, what kind of monsters do you think those are, guys, in the stream? What do you guys think? What kind of monsters
Yeah,
are
let's see
they?
if we can get them to come to us.
Yeah, that way, and like get the rogue and the ranger back here shooting at them before they actually make it out to us. Does that make sense?
So you want to basically kind of retreat a little bit and open the door? Is that what you're wanting to do?
Yeah, and then kind of like make them run a gauntlet so that they can only like, hopefully it'll funnel them so they only can have one attacking us at a time, but we can get like all 5 of us.
Actually,
hopefully
they're
attacking
rust
one at a time.
monsters,
I don't know if
guys.
that will actually be possible.
Focus your fire on one.
Are the pallets stacked up, or is there some height that I can maybe jump on the pallets, or
You can pull the pallet. Yeah, you can. I mean, you can pull the pallet. It's not attached to anything. It's sort of just like lying on the floor. So.
Yeah, it's covering that that hole underneath it.
No, I'm not that ruthless.
Should
Not
I
yet.
pick up the pallet and put it next to the, like, in line with the door?
No, that'll
Like a
start
hallway?
Sunday.
How big is this pallet?
It's a couple feet.
Like, if we, would it be big enough to like block half the door, so that like we could block the door so that, I don't know how big these bugs are either, but could we like conceivably block
They're
the door
big.
with a pallet?
They're
And
pretty
then-
large. They have real long antennas that basically almost are as long as their entire body. I mean, they're really long antennas. You did see that when you opened up that door. You said, "Oh shit, I don't want any part of that," and you shut it.
Mhm. Should we use the pallet as like a block?
And what's
Like
up there,
barricade?
Stunt 777? How you doing? You
Stand
guys,
up.
you guys can block it. I mean, they're probably going to charge through it, but I mean, you can try that.
You can
I
put some
say
hole
just,
down the
I
floor
say
and
just
light it.
open
That's
the
a good
door
guess,
and,
BS.
and back up, let them come through.
That's definitely a
Okay,
great
so
guess.
I'll open the door, or do you want the rogue to open the door and back up? Since who's got the best movement?
Well, I sort of figured the rogue was going to use the pallet to put between him
Yeah,
and,
just,
hide behind.
Redneck, click on the Roll20 link. Directly down
any of-
below.
You said none of us know what these are, right?
Nope.
No, they're a pretty
At least
unique
none of-
monster.
None of our characters know what they are.
So I think I'm gonna.
No, your characters don't know what they are, but they are rust monsters. So
Oh.
Don't metagame this shit. Come on, guys. Let's take these fuckers out.
Let's do
Open
this.
Open the door and step back.
But you got to remember, you guys just went through an entire armory full of nothing but weapons and armor. And
I don't have
everything
anything
else,
that rusts, so I'm fine.
Into the armory.
The monk will be the last one standing.
Do rust monsters in? I don't know if in D&D rust monsters are placated by throwing metal at them.
Rust monsters and D&D Next are definitely not what they were in previous editions. That is for sure. They're actually a really low-level creature.
Bring it on.
Speaking out of context, I mean they're really
Alright, so
sort of a
I'll stand
disappointment.
Oh,
I'll stand
I mean,
inside
I've just,
here.
They
just
still,
played-
you know.
I've
Go ahead,
played
man.
games where you can like feed rust monsters like metal pieces and they'll, become neutral or sometimes even like semi-friendly.
Yeah, no, The way that they're portrayed in D&D Next is there's not a lot of lore written, written for them. It's basically just a touch with their antenna. So that's how it works in D&D Next. There's nothing about feeding them metal but it does they do rust weapons and armor. So you have I believe it was a 1 through 75% chance that it would attack your armor with an antenna. And the other 26 to 100 on the percentile die would be your weapon. So and then they get a bite attack as well. So they'll get 2 attacks around, but
Let's do it.
yeah, they're only level 2
Yeah,
creatures.
the
They're
Ranger's
pretty
standing-
weak. So
The ranger standing here in his leather armor saying, "Go ahead, open the door."
I got leather armor, so open the door. I'll
The
stand
monk's
here on
wearing
the
a
side
robe
swipe
and
at 'em
is
as they go.
attacking unarmed, so fine.
all right, so you get the door open, and you see 3 of these creatures, and they've got
Ranger,
little
Papa Cat.
they've got little beady eyes, but you can see a reflection in them.
Great.
Yeah, fuck that.
See my own soul.
Can the ranger take a shot then? Doesn't look like the rogue has a good angle.
Okay. I attack
Raven
it.
just doesn't want to attack them with us.
Barbarian attacks as it comes through the door.
Yeah, and the
Yeah,
ranger's
do we
letting
need to
loose.
roll initiative here, or what's
1
the-
second.
What is the third one back there?
Oh yeah, all 3 of them are able to get into the room. How you like my rust monster clicking sound?
Oh,
He can
Colin,
move.
you know,
He can move like
ass?
that without provoking attacks from us.
They're in the room.
I would have attacked the first one coming through the door, but that's alright.
Yeah, me too.
Oh, everybody's going to get an attack now, so I'm going to keep the same actual initiative order up, and I'll just go ahead and I'll roll for the creatures, so just to save us a little bit of time. So
I'm okay with that.
wow,
They're all going first anyway.
22. Oh. They did their movement anyway, so you guys can go ahead and go first.
So,
I'll-
it's the lead of the order.
I'll
I'm gonna
add them
punch-
at the bottom of the
Oh
tracker.
wait,
so.
yeah, no. I suppose it's who goes first then?
The monk.
Oh, sweet. I'm gonna punch one of them in the face. I don't know. Do rust monsters have faces? I'm gonna punch it in the face and
Sure,
run.
they got like an insect type of head with long antennas.
Right
Wherever
to
the-
antennas.
Wherever the faces would
Exactly,
be.
exactly was.
Punch it in the beady eyes.
They got. It's going to be
Grab
fun
both
with these
antennas
monsters,
and run
these
your
rust
knee right
monsters.
into his forehead.
So let's see. That's just +4, right?
Yeah.
No,
That's
just
gonna do it.
stuck them all out. We'll take them to the
Armor
launch.
class on the rust monsters are actually pretty nice, but you miss. So you're sure you guys are trying to hit a 14. So, all right,
Oh, I
Ibanez,
wasn't
you're
even
up.
close then.
No. Ibanez, you're up, man.
21.
Are you raging?
Negative, not raging, right?
All right. So you hit him. Which one are you attacking?
The
Top,
right
middle,
running.
bottom. Okay, top one.
Top.
All right, go ahead and hit him.
There we go. 13. I was with the great axe.
Oh, nice. Yeah, he's wow. You hit him really good, man. He lets out a little shriek, a couple extra clicks, and all right. Let's see, Raven, you're up now.
I will shoot that one with a bow.
All right.
Better not miss his head if you're aiming for there. Don't want to get hit in the ass.
And that's 6 damage.
All right. Ranger's up.
Crit.
Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Do that
Was
beautiful bean damage.
nice. Yeah, as soon as this last attack's done,
Okay,
I'm
would
gonna
you explain
tell everybody.
explain the damage again on a crit?
All right, on a crit, you do your max damage, which is your weapon damage plus your bonus added in as 1. Then you take an additional D, which is really 1D. So do an extra. What are you using? What kind of weapon?
Longbow, I think, right?
All right, so the longbow is an extra D8, so you're going to have a total of 10 damage plus an additional D8, and that'll be your total damage. So just roll the 8, and just there you go. So you did a total of 17 damage. Nice.
Nice.
Wow. This first.
Get wrecked.
Yeah, this first monster actually dies. You basically, your arrow splits him in half.
That's a
Cool.
powerful
You hit-
arrow.
you hit
Pretty
a-
impressive arrow.
Okay, now the barbarian, your weapon, as you hit him, you notice that your weapon is now just covered with rust. So now your damage is reduced by 1.
Okay.
And also, who else? I think the cleric hit as well, right?
No, I mean,
Oh, no.
yeah.
Okay, so the ranger, you don't have to worry about it because you hit him with a ranged weapon. So I think that was it, right? Just the barbarian? Yeah.
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 All right, so now, Varlin, you're up now.
Alright, I want this one. And I want to do it with the giant mace.
Okay, sounds good. That's a hit as well. So this one takes 6. Nice job.
Thank you.
And now your weapon is rusty. And your weapon does -1 damage now.
This
And
is the best.
that is permanent damage to the blade of your axe looks corroded. It's got pits in it now, and also your great hammer is rusted. Actually, the great hammer is probably, yeah, we're gonna say it's a metal weapon as well, and it's rusted. So you can notice that the quality of your weapon is just taking a big dive, and when you hit it, there's like a sort of like a brownish rust color cloud as you hit the creature, kind of like stepping on one of those little, sporious types of mushrooms that lets out the gas.
Yes.
So yeah, so when you hit the creature, it actually kind of throws off some spores, and then you notice that your weapon's all
How
messed
much rust
up.
can it
So,
take? How much rust can a weapon take before it is
till
useless?
0 basically. So you can get several hits before it'll actually break.
Isn't the damage still like 1d10 minus or
It's just 1d10
plus 1 then,
It'll-
or is it 1d9 now?
It'll be a 1d10 -1. So we'll just basically take 1 off of the max damage. So because the way that the monster is described in the bestiary, it just does it's a permanent -1 damage to the weapon, and armor would take -1 armor class. So
So when you say it's destroyed when it gets to 0, does that mean like it would have to be like 12 times? So it's 1d10 minus 10.
that's the way the rules say it. Yeah. I mean, it doesn't go into any kind of major descriptions or anything like that, but it just says a weapon gets to gets a -1 modifier, and then as it gets to when it becomes 0, it's basically rendered useless. So
So you just take the minus off the plus
And-
damage? Or
and actually
off the
in
dice?
D&D Next, even if you have a magical item, you have to make a dex saving throw.
What?
No joke. Seriously.
So a cleric needs to hide that shield.
Shit.
So yep. So yeah, it's They're really weak, but they're also really vicious as well. So
They're really annoying.